Hey, this is Drew from Shiloh, and today I'm going to show you some of my favorite records. The first record I chose is a self-titled EP by a band called Mare. Mare was a Canadian three-piece that put this EP out around 2004, I believe. And it's a really cool blend of super heavy, scary, sludge-type sounding stuff mixed with these interesting jazz elements and some mathy bits here and there. And a friend of mine introduced this to me. He put this on and we listened to the whole thing on YouTube in his car. My mind was just blown from listening to it, and ever since that day, you know, it's become a favorite of mine. And I believe this is a first pressing. It's on clear vinyl, as you can see. They did do another pressing of this one in a royal blue that came out a couple years ago, but this is, I believe, an original one from 2004 or so I'm pretty stoked to have this. The second album I chose is How I Spent My Summer Vacation by the Bouncing Souls. This record is just full of really anthemic, upbeat, fast, punky songs. And yeah, at the time when I discovered this through my cousin, I was probably about 16 or 17. Yeah, it changed my life. It took me out of a weird funk with music. I'd kind of taken a break for some reason from playing guitar. And after that break, this album just kind of reignited something in me. And from there it was a really big gateway album into a lot of faster melodic hardcore and punk and things of that nature that are from this era. So yeah, it's a really important album to me and definitely one of my favorites of all time. The insert's pretty cool. As you can see, it's just got some photos of them live from probably around the time that these songs were written and recorded. And then on the back, you just got the lyrics with little portraits of each of them, which is kind of cool. And then I've got this only on black vinyl, but on side A, you see the little classic Bouncing Souls little face logo. And then on the back, there's this other portrait of them. But yeah, that's about it. It's just a really, feel-good record that it's been a pretty important one in my life. So there it is. Check it out. The third record I chose is No Heroes by Converge. I really love everything that Converge has put out, and they're one of my favorite bands, but this album in particular I've just found to, in my opinion, have kind of the most creative writing of anything they've done. The riffs are just interesting, and there's like a very kind of chimey, weird guitar tone on this album that is maybe not as slick as some of the newer stuff they've done. And for that, I just kind of loved it. The bass tone was a huge influence on me. And just everything about the production quality really just is it's just pretty awesome. And it's definitely, Converge is a chaotic band, and I would say for me that I've always found this one to be the most chaotic of the bunch. So the inside has, of course, artwork from Jacob Bannon on it, and as you can see, just the track listing on the back. And then on this record, I also just have this on black vinyl, but I think it works really well with the cover and the colors that Jacob Bannon chose for this, so yeah. And the last album I chose was this one by Rosetta. Rosetta has always been a pretty big influence on me when it comes to writing anything in the heavier realm of music, and especially with what we do in Shiloh too. I believe this is the second release that I heard from Rosetta, and I was just instantly hooked, and it totally just catapulted me into loving them as a band. And it's got some of my favorite songs that they've put out on here too. Specifically the third track is just this really just crushing song where they kind of utilize some, what sounds like some octave pedals and stuff, and they just kind of keep it raw and really intense. And yeah, if you're into anything heavy with, delay pedal, tremolo picked leads and things of that sort, you'll probably be into this one too. When Dunk Fest happened in 2019, when Shiloh played, we met a friend there named Dennis, who offered to trade me this record for one of the Shiloh records we had at our merch table at that point. And I was super thrilled when I knew he had it and was offering to trade it. And yeah, it's just, a fun memory of, liking an album and meeting a friend through it. It's one of my favorites and continues to be an influence on my guitar playing and writing style and, the stuff that we do with Shiloh, so. So yeah, this has been Drew with Shiloh. Thanks for checking out some of my favorite records, and I hope in this batch, if you check them out, you like them. And if you don't, that's cool too.